I refused to pay my son's tuition after he told his professors I was basically the help. Marcus started at Whitmore University last September on a partial scholarship. The gap, about $18,000 a year, I've been covering on my own. I own a residential cleaning company, built it from scratch over 14 years, 7 employees now, good reviews, regular clients. I'm not ashamed of any of it. In August, I picked up 3 extra accounts specifically so his first semester would clear without me stressing. The way I found out was almost boring. Marcus had put me down as a secondary contact on some class paperwork, and his sociology professor emailed me in late October to follow up on a signed release form. Friendly email, just wrapping up details. At the end, she added that she'd enjoyed briefly meeting me at family weekend and hoped the holiday rush wasn't too demanding, given the nature of home services work. I didn't go to family weekend. I had a job in Fairview that Saturday. A new account, big house. We'd been booked since July, so I had no idea what meeting she was referring to. And home services, I read that twice. I called Marcus that night. He picked up on the second ring, completely normal. I said, "Tell me how you've been describing what I do for work." Pause. "I mean, I've told people you work in home services. That's basically accurate." "Marcus, I own a company. I know that, but it's kind of hard to explain the whole thing in passing." "What's hard about it?" He went quiet. Then, "A lot of these kids' parents are doctors or partners at law firms. It just gets complicated. So what exactly did you tell them?" I said, "You helped out at people's houses sometimes. It was easier in the moment. Your professor said she met me at family weekend." Longer pause. "She might have gotten me confused with Landry's situation. She used my name." He shifted again. He said something about how Landry might have made an introduction at some point and described me a certain way, and he hadn't corrected it. Landry is his roommate. His father is a cardiologist. In September, I had baked a tin of shortbread cookies for Landry and written him a card thanking him for helping Marcus carry boxes up 3 flights of stairs on move-in day. I had thought that was a nice thing to do. Landry called me the help. He didn't use those exact words. "Did you correct him?" He didn't answer. I told Marcus I needed a few days to think about things, which of course meant he spent the next 2 hours texting me. Then he called back. "Mom, I'm really sorry." Landry just said it and I froze. These people all went to the same prep schools and I've been trying to figure out where I fit and I handled it badly. You let someone call me the help and said nothing. I know, I was embarrassed and I made a bad call. Embarrassed of me, embarrassed of the situation. It's different. I didn't argue with him about whether it was different. I was sitting in my car in a Walgreens parking lot where I'd pulled over to take his call. I thought about the August accounts, the 5 a.m. starts, the van I'd pushed off buying for another year so the tuition payment would clear clean, the cookies I'd baked for Landry. I called him the next morning. "I'm not going to pay your spring tuition." Silence. Then, "What? You have until January to talk to the financial aid office. There are loans, there are work-study placements. The school has emergency aid resources." "Mom, you can't do this over one comment someone else made. You didn't just stand there for one comment, you built a whole story. For months. I already apologized. I heard you." He got loud after that, said I was punishing him for trying to navigate a social environment I didn't understand, that it was going to derail his entire year, that what I was doing was vindictive and disproportionate. I let him finish. I said the tuition payment wouldn't be coming and he should get started on the paperwork early. My sister called 2 days later. She said Marcus had explained everything, and I was being cruel over nothing, that this was his future and I was treating it like a bargaining chip. He decided I wasn't worth including in his present. She went quiet and we didn't really have much to say after that. His appeal for additional financial aid came through 3 weeks ago. Partial loan, work study in the campus library. He texted me to say he'd sorted it out. That was the whole message. He hasn't called since.